I think let's get on with our first management post open.
Absolutely. And the company in question is Blue Star. We're looking at trends in the second half of the year now. The second quarter was a fairly stable one for the company. The management has been quite optimistic about growth in the current financial year. And we have Mr. B. Thiagarajan, MD at Blue Star, with us. Thank you so much for joining in. Always a pleasure to listen to you and to have you on our shows. And it's probably the right time to ask you this. I'll get to the numbers and the second half projections in just a bit. But the second quarter threw up this big question mark on the health of the Indian consumer, on spending trends and whether there is some down trading, especially in the urban markets. Now you tell us all the festive season is behind us and now we're getting into the winter months, which are typically not the greatest for your business. But where do you stand with respect to demand on ground? How are the festive season sales for you? And what is the forecast ahead?
Good morning, Shurbi. Thank you for having me in your show. This is a doubt that I keep, asking myself that many sectors have slowed down. Why room air conditioners market segment is doing extremely well. The festive season was extremely good. Coming after a great summer season, I thought that the festival season may not be good, but again, it was close to 30% growth during the festival season. And going forward, of course, it is off season, but I'm comparing with the previous year. Now, it continues to be good. This category is doing well, and I'm sure we will end the year. The industry will end the year on a high note, and Blue Star also will end the year on a high note. We had gained market share in Q2. I think we will continue to do so in Q3 and Q4 as well. The reasons, according to me, are as follows. I'm stating that with a caveat. Still, our industry also can slow down. It's not in my hands, but going by the sentiments in the market and the consumer behavior, I think we will continue to grow. The reasons are as follows. Our category, the penetration levels are still in the order of around 8%. That's point number one. Point number two, a huge manufacturing capacity has come up, so the prices are stable. If one will have to earn the PLI, you have to show incremental growth over the base year, which is financial year 22. And then the prices are kept stable by the industry. Third is consumer finance is available in plenty. Close to 50% of our sales, even during festival season, was through consumer finance. No longer power bills are a concern thanks to the energy labeling scheme. The air conditioners are very efficient, and if someone is using for 8 or 7 hours a day, I don't think the power bill they incur is substantial. It's lower than even a mobile
Mr.
app
Thiagarajan,
put together pay.
Sir, just kind of putting it together so we know the factors that you're driving at. You're saying, A, there's been no slowdown in the room AC segment. You've actually seen market share growth. And it's because of the fact that pricing is stable. There's easy, financing available. So therefore, there's no concern for you. Now, since, you're fairly optimistic, just tell us how much was the market share improvement that you saw? And for the full year as a whole, given, the strength that you just spoke of, what will be your full year top line growth estimates?
See, I'm going by the market data that is available. In Q1, though we grew more than 57% in room air conditioners, we lost out on market share because we didn't have material. We could manage only up to that kind of growth. In Q2, I think we have gained some 100 basis points, Q2 standalone. But Q3, Q4, it's an intense competition exists there. And I think on the whole this year, if we gain 50 basis points market share, I would be very happy. From 13.75 to 14 to 14.25, if we move up, it is fine. You remember that FY25, our goal was to reach a market share of 15%. It has not happened. Because you have to ensure that your margins are managed as well while you are chasing the market share.
Mr. Thiagarajan, good morning. Stable pricing and healthy sales seem like a bit of a, I would have imagined lower pricing and healthy sales. But you're saying there's no need for lower pricing. Or has that happened? This 30% growth in festive sales, was there a lot of discounting?
No, it was stable pricing, even though the commodity prices had gone up. The last price increase was on 1st of July, and the price was stable. You had seen in the margin figures as well.
And you're saying that you expect trends to continue. As you see it, there should not be any, although you did throw in that caveat that it's possible that the slowdown could hit this AC segment as well, but for now it's looking good.
Prashant, my estimate is, my assessment is that it will be good. But I've also always maintained this is like a T20 cricket. All that it requires is some 4 weeks. It can dramatically change.
But for the time being, it appears you're in top form, in this T20 game. You've got it under control.
Of course, and we only pray that our brand ambassador Virat Kohli comes back to form.
Absolutely. On that note, we're all with you, and hopefully King Kohli has one great innings left, and particularly in Australia, I'm hoping I'm backing him. But
lost 2 wickets just now. I just heard from our, our people outside. That's separate. That's on cricket in Australia, but back to the question.
Yeah, since we're talking about overseas, tell us about the export opportunity. You'll have been hinting at that, there is an opportunity out there. So as a percentage of your total mix, how much is exports? Where do you see this number scaling up to? And any kind of slowdown out there?
It has not taken off. On the contrary, we have been a marginal player in the exports market. Our footprint was only Middle East and North Africa, and we decided to enter the Americas as well as Europe. And this is through the OEM route. We were not willing to launch our brand out there. We were to make decarbonization and high energy efficiency products for Europe as well as US. The testing and validation of products for a couple of customers are over. And I'm happy to report that in US, we have a customer. In Europe, we have a customer. But unfortunately, Europe market has slowed down. You'll be reading the reports that it is yet to take off, and I think it is going to be 4 to 5 quarters before European market takes off. US, as everyone is waiting, the new administration, how these programs will be fast forwarded. But we are not in a hurry. We are trying to replace Chinese vendors, which means we have to get the product right in terms of quality, and we have to get the costs right. And if we are entering those markets, it should be providing high returns and high margins. It is good that the market is not exploding now. It is giving us time to perfect our offerings. In 2 or 3 product categories, we are fully ready. We will keep adding new OEM customers now.
Okay. So just to wrap it up, I mean, clearly the room air conditioner segment, that's really firing up for you. You spoke about some of the other segments as well, particularly on commercial refrigeration, which is the part of the business where there was sluggishness, the margins were under pressure. For the full year, what can you guide? I mean, when does that part of the business come on stream? And if you could just leave us with a sense on, will the business grow at, overall business, will it grow at 20% this year, more, less?
I will talk about all segments. The electromechanical project segment, where we are not chasing market share, but the free cash flows and the margins, it is doing extremely well. Driven by data center and manufacturing sectors. I think overall that business should grow around 15% on a full year basis. Commercial air conditioning business, which is shop, showroom, boutiques, to large spaces where we sell equipment, commercial air conditioning, that should grow over 20%. There is absolutely no doubt about that. We are sitting on huge order book. And commercial refrigeration had a setback in Q1, and Q2, it has just stabilized. I think overall the revenue growth will be only 10%. It has got nothing to do with the market, but the regulatory changes and our getting back to producing products such as newly designed water coolers. Room air conditioner, my full year outlook is at least 25%. It will be, in fact, it can be even 30% growth for the full year.
Okay. It's always a pleasure, Mr. Thiagarajan, not just to hear about, Blue Star, but also about the industry. which you put so well. Thank you so much for being here on the program today. That's the management of Blue Star with us.